Hi, I'm Jeff Bermudez.
And I'm Omar Kadri.
Welcome to The Collective Journey.
Join us as we explore some of the most promising talents, thought leaders, and change influencers in our city and beyond.
As we uncover these hidden gems, I hope you'll find that they're people just like you and I, with hopes and dreams and gifts that they would like to show to the world.
It is our mission to share their work, to share their story, and to appreciate what our community is capable of producing.
This is my adventure.
This is your adventure.
This is our collective journey. Welcome to yet another episode of our show. Last week, we got introduced to Laila Haider. We learned about her experiences growing up and how this shaped her current lifestyle. With a healthier approach to food, she has not only managed to work around the allergies of her children, but she has parlayed this into her very own food blog. For all of you interested in following her work and example, this episode is definitely your chance. Later on as well, I will be taking the time to say a few words to show my appreciation for all of you who have been with us so far throughout this show's young and promising run. But without further delay, this is our conclusion to Laila Haider. It seems that you've raised them in a way that embraces wholesome consumption of food.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, do you grow your own food? To what extent do you do that?
I started this year, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I started my own garden and no previous experience. Yeah, I started it. And it's doing well, for a first timer. We got tomatoes and lettuce and my zucchini's insane. I'm getting a zucchini every day. It's so good. It's just really fun, and strawberries, and it's all organic, everything, and it's just exciting.
You don't really see that as popular anymore, just home gardening, things like that, right?
I know. I feel like I'm old school. I belong in another era.
In all fairness, you do have to have the right environment to do it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, for example, if you're, somebody that lives downtown and, all you have is really a balcony, right?
Yeah.
That's the extent to which you can grow, a personal garden on, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same as, if you have a backyard. Like, my grandfather, he had rhubarb, cucumbers, tomatoes, and he had, a huge garden that he could grow everything in.
Right.
But, not everybody has that.
Absolutely. No, you're right.
Has
you're
that.
Right.
And it depends on the energy that you want to, put into it as well. I know my mom did thyme and oregano.
Yeah.
And
I
just
have
the
that too.
tiny tomatoes.
Yeah. It's so much fun. It's, you're not making it, but you're part of the process, right? So it's literally from start to finish. It's amazing.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier about knowing how the food got on your plate.
Exactly.
You kind of witnessed exactly where it came from, and you know that there was no
and you're
processing or
taking care of
contamination.
Yeah. So it's really nice. I'm gonna convert I don't have a lot of space in my backyard, but I'm thinking I'm gonna get rid of everything that I have there, all the greens and stuff.
Okay.
And just make that a garden.
And on a related note, because I'm under the impression that meat is not out of the question with yourself and your family.
We don't eat beef.
We don't eat beef. Okay.
Yeah, but lamb. We have lamb instead.
Do you take a similar approach to the meat? Do you have it game meat or free-range chicken? Do you eat chicken as well?
Yep.
Eggs? Do you make sure that it's treated a certain way?
No, because my daughter can't have it, so I won't eat it.
Okay.
But we make sure that it's for eggs, that they're, I think it's free run or free range, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
We make sure that we try our best to do those, to know where our food is coming from.
Now, this blog that you have, what's it called?
No Dairy, No Cry.
No Dairy, No Cry. I like that. Are you a big Bob Marley fan?
I guess a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where it came from.
Is that kind of your main project? Is that kind of your main passion project that you're working on right now?
Yeah, I would say so. I just really enjoy it, and I started it because when my son was diagnosed with his allergy, I didn't really know what to look for. I didn't know, what to Google, or if I found a recipe, it said for dairy-free, just replace the milk. And I'm like, well, what do I replace it with? So I thought, you know what, I want to do my own blog. And so I figured I'll share my recipes with everyone, and hopefully they find it beneficial. And it's been great. I'm getting good feedback, so it's nice.
That's cool. What are some like standout recipes that you had a lot of fun discovering?
You're putting me on the spot, Omar.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Well, how about this? What was like one of the last ones? Like, what are some of the recent things that you learned how to make?
That's a better one, yeah.
Okay, let me think. I think maybe the avocado brownie that I did. Sometimes it takes me a few tries. Like I'll make it, it'll taste okay, and then I'll make it again. My husband hates that because I end up with 5-6 batches of something, and he's like, "You're making me gain weight. What are you doing?" but yeah, maybe I'm proud of that one, avocado brownies. Just because I'll eat it and I won't feel bad. Because there's no sugar in it. I replaced it with honey and maple syrup. So
okay.
yeah,
So everything is pretty much whole.
Yeah.
It's as close to whole as you can make it.
As you can get, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How diverse is your content? Is it just recipes, or do you have videos?
No videos.
No.
No,
not yet, or not ever?
I don't know. I would like to. It's a little cumbersome right now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. You need a few things to make video.
Yeah, with the equipment and stuff. How interactive is your content? Like, do you interact with a lot of
Yeah,
your
I definitely
followers?
I try to, more so on social media, like on Instagram, and Facebook sometimes. But yeah, like I try to interact with them there, and then they're welcome to leave me a comment on my blog, and yeah, I do my best. I'm here if anyone, if they want to ask me a question, I'm totally available to answer.
Okay. And when did you start this blog?
Oh, that's a good question. I think 2015. So 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
4 years. 2014. I think maybe 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 years, I want to say.
And how would you describe the growth of I guess your following or the people that have remained?
It's
Steady?
increasing. Yeah,
Okay,
steady.
that's good.
It's going up. I have to promote it more for sure. To get the word out there, but a lot of people seem to know about it in London, so that's kind of nice.
All right, that's good.
We'll try to help you out as much as we can.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's for fun. For me, it's more like about helping others again, with the helping. But I figure if someone can benefit from a recipe that I make, then that's great.
Did you get somebody to kind of design the website for you, or was it more like?
No, I did it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband helped a little with I don't know have you guys seen my site at all?
Yeah, I pulled it up. It looked very professional.
Thank you.
It didn't look like some project that some person just kind of decided, hey, I'm gonna do this. It looked like some good time and effort was put into it.
You know the free WordPress?
Yeah.
Like that type of blog, I thought it would be that. It wasn't at all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
How involved is your family in the blog?
Involved how?
Do they help write stuff or?
No. That part, no. So everything I do, but then I'll mention my kids. Like if let's say something happened, I'll kind of throw that in. It's as if I'm talking to a friend when I'm writing, I feel. So they're involved that way.
So it seems to be contained within your family, this healthy living lifestyle. Do you have a circle of friends that all do a similar type of thing? Yeah.
Yeah, my friends generally eat. They eat well, and but obviously they're more like they have that liberty to go out and eat. If one of them didn't get a chance to make a meal, they can just grab something or do a takeout, or you know what I mean, order in. So, but yeah, relatively speaking, those around me eat very similarly to the way that we do. I don't find the way that we eat is restrictive because we eat everything. It's just that we don't eat certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you were saying earlier that you don't really go out and eat anymore as much.
Yeah, definitely not with the kids, and then very seldom with me and my husband.
Let's say hypothetically you were to go.
Mm-hmm.
What would be like an option that you would consider? Or maybe like if you were to take your kids with you, like you haven't in the past.
I don't. Because it's because they reacted there. It's because unfortunately, I feel bad saying this, but I don't trust when I go out. Like I have a hard time trusting when I go out to eat because my kids both have reacted when we've been very diligent about telling them, like we have this, it's very severe, it's, and it's hard because you're not speaking directly to a chef who's making just your food. They're making a bunch of other foods. And so unless you have someone who's going to tell you, don't worry, I'm going to clean everything up and, make the food for you. And then unless you have that kind of level of, what's the word?
Commitment, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Then, it's hard. It's hard for me. They both reacted, and so we both made my husband and I made the decision. It's not worth it. So, we used to go to vegan restaurants before I had my daughter because that was easy. You avoid, they don't have any meats, any dairy, anything. But when Sophia was born, when she was diagnosed, and then it was hard. Right, because vegan restaurants, their base is in a lot of their recipes is cashew. So, and that's how she reacted. She reacted then, So that's why we don't go out to eat. It's peace of mind for me. But that's not to say that if we don't find a place that they can eat at, that we wouldn't. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How old are your children, anyways, right now?
I have an almost 9-year-old and an almost 5-year-old. So 9 and 5, let's say.
Do you ever get concerned about about them developing kind of like a self-maintenance with their allergies, or do you feel like do you feel confident that they're on the path towards being able to take care of themselves?
Yeah, absolutely, the latter. They're they understand their allergies. My son more so than my daughter, but just because of the age. But they definitely know what they're allergic to, and they know what not to eat, and they know to tell others, I'm allergic to this and that. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that they know that, and I'm hopeful that they'll continue.
Have they started cooking with you?
They love to cook with me, and they help here and there, like mixing, adding. I try to get them involved because I think it's important that they get involved, because then they'll appreciate it more, and then they'll want to do it when they're older, and it becomes easier for them because it's their reality, right? That they're going to have to be making their own foods and not be able to go out and eat.
Okay.
It's definitely nice that they're developing some skills.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure. And you're never too young.
Do you have any resources or media that you like to refer to every now and then for inspiration for not only recipes but also approaches to eating?
I mean, I always I'm on Instagram a lot, so I'll see like if I see, what I do is like I'll see a picture I love, and I'm like, I'm gonna make that.
Okay.
So that's kind of my inspiration. So I'll look. I won't look at the recipe because I feel like that throws me off. And then but I'll look at the image and I'll say, okay, I want to make that. What's in there? And then I'll try to recreate it in a way that for us to be able to eat.
That's cool. You kind of make it like a challenge.
That's right.
You don't like, it's like rather than you just following the set of instructions specifically, you're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, on my own. Yeah. And that's why I end up with 50 batches of something.
You fail a lot before you succeed.
I do. A lot of times, thank God, it just a lot of times I get it on the first try, which is wonderful. But there are the times where I need like 3-4 times before I get it, and I say, okay, I'm happy with it.
So it's mainly Instagram. Do you use Pinterest at all?
No, not really, because it's just, I love it, but I feel like the second I get on Pinterest, I'm there for 2 hours, and just it sucks you in, and you're like, I love this, It's like, where does it end? So no, I don't use it much. I should, but I don't.
Okay.
It's kind of a thing with social media in general. It's very hard to filter.
Yeah, you're right.
Slippery slope.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you could make good use of it though. Like if you're doing it, just learning things. Like, like if you're just looking at random information or memes all day, like that's kind of different than like learning how to make recipes.
Right.
At least you can actually turn that into a practical application.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it's nice to go on social media to just kind of, what's the word? Like just kind of get away from everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just go on and just see what's out there. But then that's the thing. You have to limit yourself. You have to be like, okay, I'm only going to be on here for like 10 minutes. But it never happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
From a physical activity standpoint, do you have a certain philosophy to implement?
Yeah, I definitely believe in physical in being active. And
Do you have a specific type of training style? I
oh,
guess?
sure. Yeah. I'm into heavy lifting.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoy that, and like CrossFit kind of things. Yeah, it's nice. You know, I think it's important to be active no matter what you do. You don't have to be in the gym at the gym to do it, but those things I really enjoy, especially the heavy lifting.
Okay. Do you?
I have like a goal in mind what I want to lift. So, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we get there.
How meticulous are you? Do you bring a notepad with you every time to track?
No, I have an app.
Oh.
Do you guys know what's it called? 5x5? It's
There's a lot of fitness apps out there.
yeah, I'll
I have a
show it to you.
Fitbit here.
Yeah. I just found out that I have a Fitbit on my phone. Not a Fitbit, but
My
like
Fitness Pal.
the phone, like it tracks your steps.
Oh,
I didn't
cool.
know the iPhone did that until like 2 days
It
ago.
does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Strong lifts, it's called.
Do you do yoga?
I did it a few times and I loved it.
Okay.
So I should do more often. But yeah, I should.
What are some like, other than your whole like dairy-free lifestyle, like what are some other good habits that you feel contribute to your success or to your personal happiness?
That's a great question. I think what are some other things? Just being present, right? So aside from the food and what I'm avoiding, and I think just being present, being there for my kids, my husband, just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Try my best to enjoy the moments with them. It can be really difficult because I find it's, especially in cities, like it's always go go go. And I was just we vacationed in a small town, and just the difference between a town and a city, like the living, you know, they were so chill and just you know, not in a rush. And here it's like the opposite. So I kind of want to live as if I'm living in a town. You know what I mean? Just relaxed and on time, but relaxed, and yeah.
Kind of just
take
remember
things easy.
Kind of just remember to take it all in.
Yeah.
But then again, the nice thing about, like, you know, a big city is there are a lot of communities like that you could like kind of discover.
No, absolutely.
But you do have to go out and go through the city life to kind of get through that, right?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned presence. Do you practice mindfulness on an active basis? Do you meditate?
I do. I pray.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I pray a few times a day, and you know, and yeah, I do try to be mindful in everything that I do. I think it's so important. I think you appreciate things more when you're aware of your surroundings. You're aware of what you're doing. You appreciate things, and you have more respect for what you're doing.
Okay.
And what's around you.
Yeah,
So-
that's very good. That's a very good message.
Yeah, maintain situational awareness.
And it makes sense. It makes sense that you appreciate things more because, so I think I'm guilty of this as well. I always think about what's happened before and what I'm going to do later when I neglect what's happening now. Because that thing that happened before was just a past version of now. It was now at some point, and later is going to be now in a little bit. So
And
not to get into the rabbit hole, but you know.
and also now is like really amazing because like there's so much to learn, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, like, you know, I'm one of those people that believes that like every little interaction, every kind of like little detail can create inspiration that can change your life, right? Kind of like a butterfly effect sort of thing,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. The
And
ripple.
if you could, if you're not like, you know, maintaining situational awareness or like living in the present moment, you could miss out on some life-changing experiences.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, I'm guilty of that too, but it's something that I want to make sure is a part of my life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just always being present.
What advice would you like to give anybody that's maybe younger and in a position where they have their whole life ahead of them? So let's say they were maybe 15 to the 17 age range. Like, what steps can they take that are, doable, that would maybe build to something bigger?
To be honest, that's a tough age because
Yeah.
they're still like 15 to 17. They're high school, right? They're trying to they still don't know who they are.
That's
like
true.
you still don't know who you are in your early 20s. In terms of like who you're meant to be or what you're meant to do. So I would say, I guess, just enjoy what you're doing and then learn along the way. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Right? And don't stress too much because it's not worth it in the end. And when they get a little older, follow your passion. Who knew personally I would end up here, because I had no idea. But like from just doing what I love, which was blogging about the foods I made or make for my family, I fell in love with the photography aspect of it. And then that kind of became something, like an agency contacted me. They're like, do you want to work with us? And now I'm doing that. And it's just, you don't know where life is going to take you. So, do what you love. And then what's meant to be will come your way.
Okay.
Definitely a positive message there.
For someone that's maybe not living as healthy as they would like to be, what is something that they can do right now to immediately get on the path and start, just baby step it towards a more healthy approach to life?
I would say set small goals. So maybe I'm very guilty of this, but maybe drink more water. So get a bottle and be like, I'm gonna drink 4 of these a day, and then, or something like that. You know what I mean? Set small goals, small attainable goals, because when you achieve something, you're like, you're more empowered. You're like, I can do more. But if you're gonna be like, oh, I want to lose, I don't know, 10, 20 pounds, and then you don't end up there, it's hard, right? So that's what I say, to take, like you said, baby steps. So focus on the smaller things that you can achieve, or maybe just even, no matter what, I'm going to go to the gym, no matter what, right? I don't feel like it, it's okay, go even 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Once you're there, that's the hardest part, is going.
Yeah.
But once you're there, that's it. You'll do what you wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? And then you'll feel even better. So that's what I would say. Just, aim for the little things. Once those become a habit, increase, do more. That's what I do. So
Okay.
Step by step.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's about keeping yourself accountable. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Don't rely on anyone, really, because I think everyone's out there for themselves in a way. Like,
Definitely.
as much as let's be real, as much as you want to help others, you have to help yourself. When you take care of yourself, then you'll be able to take care of others. So I would say, make a promise to yourself. Be good to yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense, I guess, because how can you expect to treat somebody else with an amount of respect if you haven't even developed that for yourself, right?
That's right.
So
work. I think we don't do that enough here. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. I think focus on yourself, and then you can do more.
Present the plug, because I always do it.
all right, this is our favorite part of the show.
Okay.
So basically what we want to do is we want you to promote your blog, promote your information, any kind of media out there where we can find you and follow your work.
Okay. You can find me on nodairynocry.com, and on Instagram at nodairynocry. Same with Facebook at nodairynocry. And if you have any questions about, allergies or anything, whatever I know, I would be happy to share.
So that was Laila Hyder. I hope you all enjoyed that. And if this type of topic is something that you find interesting, I can promise you that we will be having more people like her in the future. Speaking of which, this is now our 11th episode to date. I must say that it has been a pleasure to do work like this. For everyone that's been listening since day one back in October, I can only say thank you. Thank you for hearing us every week as we bring members of our community into focus. Moving forward, this will be something that we're going to build upon. In fact, the next guests we have lined up, I'm very confident you'll all like. We would also love for our listeners to feel engaged. So if you feel that there are certain guests or topics that you would like us to feature on the show, please do let us know through social media. We are present across 3 platforms. So you can easily find us on Facebook and YouTube under our show's name. And on Instagram, that's collective_journey. So feel free to send us a message there as well. We look forward to the future, and we look forward to having more of you, our community members, on this show. Like I've said before, this is an adventure, a journey, more importantly, an opportunity, and we would be glad to provide that. So tell your friends about us. And on behalf of my partner, Omar, we would like to say once again, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and there will be more to come. Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Collective Journey. If you or somebody you know would like to be on the show, hit us up on any of our social media. We are Collective Journey on Facebook. We are Collective Journey on YouTube. We are collective_journey on Instagram. And always remember, this is not just my adventure, but it's yours as well. This is our